Bro.
10 million lashes, but I no cry. 10 years burial, but I no die. Take what's rightfully mine. Take what's rightfully mine. But that aside, you don't know me, you for cuckoo. I say this head bigger than your duku. Stubborn academy, we like to shoot too. One bullet, I say chale, it go make you poo poo. On a bicycle, so take your trailer. And I'll be famous like Mali and the Whalers. I know they kiss us, fuck all your favors. Nobody
What's
bigger
going on
than
in my house here?
Over.
Hey, what's up, C.E.O?
You no go be show me nothing. Bring cross, I go bring my thoughts. On God, me, I promise.
I think I'm having some show. Let me give some small information. We should have some small discussion about success. Okay, so we're gonna talk about prosperity, rich and wealth. Okay, let me close my door. But honestly, let me take this opportunity to thank you for accepting the invitation. Thank you.
How many years you want to flood me? I'm like the air, you don't feel
Why is it real quiet?
Yeah, people are still enjoying Christmas. I went out to check on my tenant to see if people are ready to pay rent. So I saw that everybody is up and us now to pay rent.
But C.E.O, how do you spend your Christmas? Can you share it with us?
Actually, I don't spend Christmas because I'm a man of focus. I always plan for the new year. So normally 25th, I reflect on all the things that I've done during the year, and I spend quite time in the house because my kids are not here. My family stays in America, so I normally have time to have chit chat with them, and then just take some few drinks. I don't drink alcohol, soft drinks, watch movies, and then the day comes when I
Okay, Mr. Boshika, I'm very, very glad and not excited, excited for having you on this program today. You being Foritech Online Television, at the same time, let me welcome you at Foritech Online Television. You're welcome, Mr. Boshika.
Thank you, Mr. DJ Harris.
Before I start everything, when someone say Mr. Kwadna Fori Yeboah, who is Kwadna Fori Yeboah?
As the name depicts, it's I'm living in the diaspora, as you always say, in South Africa. And Kwabno Ferieboa is a Ghanaian name. So originally I'm from Ghana, living in South Africa on a permanent residence. Kwabno Ferieboa is a young man of 40s, because I can't tell you my age, viewers, because I know people will be wondering why is he having white hair. Catch me on the break if you want to know my age. Who emanated from Ghana, went to school in Ghana, completed, came to South Africa, did my masters, and then that's all. Had a family in South Africa. I've got 3 lovely kids, 2 girls and 1 boy.
Wow, thank you very much for that, for breaking it down for us. All right, let's go straight to the point. Today we are coming to discuss about prosperity. Okay, right. But let me start this. I know that there's a saying that the rich, the middle class, and the poor. Which category do you belong to?
Viewers, I know people are waiting to listen to me.
It's a tricky
and they
question.
catch me on the break and always asking me, send me money, send me no. I don't want to commit myself on the issue of where do I belong. I'll literally say I'm not rich, I'm not in the middle class, and I'm not poor. I'm trying to move from poor to become a middle class and at the same time rich. So here, when we group them, I'm getting somewhere in life.
Wow. Thank you very much for breaking it down. Before we start, we jump to that destiny. Okay, we already start. Please, when I watch all rich men all over the world, or successful people, which I can see all of them are entrepreneurs. Doesn't mean that if you're a civil servant, which is taking a monthly salary, at least when I say civil servant, that you understand it. you can't be rich, you can't be successful in life?
Okay. The question that you put me is a broad question which can only be understood by people in that category. But let me break it down so that for the simple viewer who does not understand a civil servant will understand.
Okay.
When we say a civil servant, it means you're working for someone.
Yes.
Be it the government or any person
Yes.
who owns an entity. But you can never and ever work for someone or work for the government and be a rich person. But you can only work for someone or a government and become self-sufficient.
Wow.
Through savings.
Okay.
Now, let me tell you something. The structure of a salary is structured in such a way that you are paid according to your needs and wants.
Okay.
Now, with your needs, you can use your salary to atone it. With your want, you might not atone it because that is your leisure time.
Yes.
Getting all the flashy cars. You can have 1 or 2 flashy cars, but not to the extreme. In this case, because you are being paid by someone, your salary is structured in such a way that you can never be richer than the person or the state.
Okay.
That's why we always say that salaries which are gotten from someone or the government does not make you rich, but make you self-sufficient.
Wow. But I have 2 questions which I want you to explain, at least break it down for my viewers and listeners, and even me in the studio. Who is a rich man and who is successful? You understand me? And the last one, wealthy person.
Okay, this is an equation. Let me tell you, viewers, a rich person is a person who's got enough assets. His liabilities are very limited. His assets are more.
Okay.
Let me break it down. When we say asset, the things that you own which are not on credit, your liabilities are talking of your credit.
Okay.
So now in this case, you become rich in a point where you have enough to give someone.
Okay.
You have enough to provide your wants, as I explained before.
Yeah.
Now, when you are rich, it boils down to only you, not an entire generation of yours. So the moment you are rich, it ends at the time that you live or your age. Once you leave the earth, your riches ends.
Oh, okay. Now I understand, because there is rich people which I know back home which I don't want to mention them.
Yes.
Even some come from Obo. Let's take it like C.E.O. Tata.
Yes.
C.E.O. Tata was a rich man.
Yes.
You understand me?
But
yes.
Are his kids rich?
No.
Good. I'm going to explain.
Yes.
Now let me come back to the point of being wealthy. A wealthy person does not have an end. He or she has created a generational riches, like businesses, where when he's no more, it continues from his siblings or his kids. But remember, all these things will be wealthy, or all these things will come into limelight when those kids or siblings have been educated to take up the mantle. So education is number 1. Let me give you an example. My late father, may his soul rest in peace, was a wealthy man. This is what he did. He left us property which will take care of me and my siblings. Chains of shops. Now, listen to what happened. When he passed on, we're still enjoying the properties up to now.
A legacy which he left
Yes,
behind.
so we are saying he was a wealthy man, not a rich man.
Okay.
Now, because we went to school, we were able to manage it.
Manage it, okay.
That's why I'm saying that there is something called an equation of riches. It's called a rich man or a rich person or a rich individual plus a wealthy individual becomes a prosperous human being. So when you are rich and you turn into a wealthy person, you become prosperous. And where do you belong? You become prosperous or successful. Where do you belong? Now, viewers, don't try to be rich. Try to be wealthy. I know it's not all of you that can open businesses. When we say business, we don't say own MTN or any small entrepreneurial skills that you've opened,
Yeah.
you can train your kids through education to take up the mantle, and they become what? Rich. Now, I'm not ending this because my host has got a lot of questions for me. Next week, there will be a topic on money building, where we'll introduce you on how to build on your riches. It will be done by these young, successful Zimbabweans who have gone into investment plans and money building, and they are successful. You'll come and present it.
Wow. Mr. Foriebro, I'm very, very happy the way which you are breaking it down for my viewers and listeners. I think that whoever which is watching me all over the world, this Foritech Online Television, with me, the host DJ Aries, and today I have the CEO of Foritech. I have this opportunity today for me to bring him to the studio for him to break it down for us. If you are watching this program, please don't watch it alone. Share it to all your contacts, whether you're using the phone or whatever which you are using. And if you think that the program is going well, like it and leave your comments. You understand it? You know, I'm not doing the show alone. I'm doing it with you, which you are watching me. We all doing the show. So you can send your comments for your comments to come in. Mr. Foyi, can't you see that nowadays, the system which we are having now, to make somebody successful? Because, you know, we go to school, they teach us, you should learn maths and science, be a doctor, you understand? You should learn engineering, be an engineer, to go and work as a civil servant. You understand? Don't you think that the system which now they are putting it in, after you finish the school which you are working for, a company, they put this thing, you can go and take a car loan, house loan, you'll be paying for 20 years and 50 years. Don't you think that that system which we are using now, it's suppressing us? It's suppressing the youth for them to be the way which you are trying to explain now.
Okay, thank you, DJ Aries. Viewers, the young ones coming up. Let me share a little bit of my story. I was once an employee of the government. And the first atonement of my successful life, which I'm building on it, was the power of saving. Now, I'm going to answer the question. When you start working as a young boy or a young girl or a young individual, I know everybody is eager to own a house, everybody is eager to own a car, everybody is eager to own a phone.
Very expensive, like getting
now,
big phone.
let me tell you,
yes.
Next week we are going to explain how to become successful.
Yes.
But I'll just give you a little bit of the butter and nuts in being successful. I'll urge you young ones to understand that. I'll urge you to say, do not start your early life through credit. The only credit I will advise anyone to have is a house loan. So that at the age, when you're able to get a house loan at the age of 25, and 20 years you use the house loan, you pay the house loan. By 45, where you become an entrepreneur, you're a rich person. The house is paid off.
Wow.
But living your life taking all by credit, I would say, cultivate the power of what? Saving and buying things what? Cash. Now, back to your question. The system is structured in such a way that it will leave everyone to be broke for the rest of our lives. I wouldn't say that they did that for us to be broke. They were trying to create a flexible environment for us, but it's killing us. That's what I'm saying. You can take a loan, but take for a house. Not what? Buying cell phones, couches. Because most of the things that I own are paid cash because of the power of what? Savings. Outright.
Yes.
My only property that I own in South Africa, I got them through what? The banks.
Okay.
With higher deposit. How did I raise this higher deposit? I was so lucky that my late father left me some cash, and I was able to pay deposit on them through the banks.
Okay.
So the rest of my assets, I buy them cash. How do I get them? I save. I save. So I don't compete with anyone. If somebody drives a Barracuda or E64 now, I can say, okay, I want to drive E64. Let me give myself 2 years. Within 2 years, even if the E64 is an old model, I'll go in for something a little bit flashy.
Okay.
But I have bought it cash.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow, Mr. Furi. I really enjoying this topic and this program, the way this program is going. Mr. Furi, but one thing which I've noticed is that all these rich people which you see them, you don't see them wearing some big designing clothes, driving a big car. Look at somebody like the owner of Facebook, driving an old Volkswagen, Warren Buffett, living in his grandmother's apartment. You understand me? But we, the middle class, hey, I'm wearing what? Versace watch, wearing this thing, designer up and down. Is it that thing killing us for me to get rich or what?
Yes. Let me tell you something.
Even you yourself, you tell me that no, this is fancy. You don't go for this fancy.
Yes. You see, when you've created a business like the business that I've created,
yes,
I've got people like you on my neck who always have to give money. So if you have got a lot of responsibilities on your shoulders, and every day your budget it's so huge, you don't have time for buying clothes. Because you know why? In the middle class, they don't have anything to think about.
Or to show up.
Yes. With people who have got businesses, you've got a lot of responsibility. So the clothes are not your problem. Because you need to build up your business. Your business needs to be successful.
You don't have to live fancy life.
No. It's not that you can afford.
Yes.
It does not even trigger you to do it.
Yes.
Look at
someone like Adangote.
Yes, Dangote.
Yes.
You see?
Yes.
I'm not rich. I'm not rich. I don't even have. But you know why I don't like dressing?
No.
The problem's on my shoulder because I told my PA, was it last year? I said at the age of 45, I want to stop working.
Yes.
And then he asked me why. I said, I want to see what I've worked for. So for now, all these flashy iPhones are not my problem. You know why?
Yes.
If I buy an iPhone, let me give you an example of $2,000.
Yes.
Where else I can go and buy an OBS, which can create a media center for me for $2,000.
Yeah.
Then why can't I go and buy OBS? And the $2,000, a girl will see me and say, "Wow, this guy is cute," and then it leads me to a temptation.
Wow.
So I choose to use my money to create unemployment. At the end of the day, I might not have the fancy things people are having, but I'm wealthy because you know why? I've created a lifeline business.
Wow.
Yes.
And the last but not the least, you know, the youth of today have that perception that before you can be rich, you have to take risks. Is it real? Like you have to be involved in a criminal activity. You understand it? Before you can be successful, because before you can be a wealthy person. That perception, is it true? Is it right?
Let me tell you, people say crime does not pay. It's got consequences and stuff like that. There are a lot of genuine businesses that you can make you rich. But remember, to be rich or wealthy takes time. So don't expect that when you start in a business, you get instant results. It builds according to time, across the phases, across time, in such a way that after a stipulated time, right, you will see your riches and you become wealthy. That's why I like the saying of Albert Einstein. He said, time is the essence of life. Everything in this world depends on what? Time. So give yourself time. So I always put this thing at the back of my mind to say, Albert Einstein, the great physicist, said of all times, time is an essence to prosperity. You know the meaning? It means that when you create a business for yourself, you need to give it time. It will grow and it will become successful. All these rich and wealthy people you see, do not achieve this riches instantly. So let me give you a quote that I always put on my heart when I'm sleeping. They say the height which great men reached and maintained were not attained by sudden flight. A day while their companions were sleeping, were toiling upwards in the night. It means the height which great men reached,
Okay.
did not achieve now.
Okay.
They achieved this height through their sweat.
Mm-hmm.
Whilst you were sleeping,
Yes.
they were working for them to reach the goal. So I urge everyone to say, keep the fire burning, keep it burning.
Yes.
Don't listen to anyone. Don't compete with anyone. Don't feel intimidated. Don't feel that today Kobe has got money or Kobe is rich, you cannot make it.
Yes.
Let me tell you, I told my PA today,
Yes.
I said,
Uh-huh.
because of time and because of how God created us, your time will also come. When somebody's time is here,
Yes.
tell yourself, God, when are you giving me my time? And when God gives you your time, make it useful. Thank you, viewers. I wish one day all of us become wealthy and rich like Dan Cote, Mike Zuckerberg, Elon Musk. But if it happens that we don't get rich
Okay.
before we die,
Okay.
God, make us self-sufficient so that we can get some want of us and finish all our needs. And then we know that our children can be somewhere. Let me tell you, my father said, my son, I don't respect anybody who has never gone to school. I said, why? He said, do you know what is called sycophant? My father's name was Kwekubio, the great Ofori South.
Yes.
He said, you know what is a sycophant?
No.
Daddy, I said, Daddy, tell me why. He said, Daddy, an illiterate does not understand anything called power. But an educated person can use education to beat you once you are standing. So I urge each and everyone to have a formal education so that you can transform yourself to become a successful person. You don't need to sell diamond to be rich. You can sell tomatoes. You can sell rice to become a rich person. So far as you know your goals and want. Cheers. Keep it up. And I know one day we'll be celebrating these talks that I had with DJ Harris.
Wow, Mr. Fourier, well, thank you for having you on my program. It's been a pleasure, you know. I
Yes.
really enjoy this topic which you share with me and my viewers and my listeners. I know that one day I will invite you again. Thank you very much. And Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you. I have something to say.
Okay, right.
When I was in school, I went to the Great Santa Clausian at Disado College. There were some schools called Cape Tech. I have one of my technicians called, he's from Cape Tech. He's nobody. Cheers, bye-bye.